about work-in-ct, we're talking a lot about folks who still have to go to work, those who are on the front lines, and not necessarily just medical professionals or a fire, EMT, police, all of those categories, but also people who are working at places like grocery stores, places like Walmart. I chatted with a Walmart employee who told me what it's like to work during COVID-19 and how he's feeling, and ultimately how he's staying safe.
First of all, when we go into work in the morning, they take our temperature to make sure it's below 100. The social distancing, they make us wear a mask daily. The shopping experience is you're supposed to follow arrows, but customers aren't very good at that. If you tell them they're going the wrong way, some of them get rude, very rude with you. When it first started, they were hoarding the toilet paper, the hand sanitizer. Now they're hoarding hamburger, eggs, frozen vegetables, and frozen fruit, and French fries.
How do you feel when you go to work? Do you feel safe?
No, because I'm 64 years old. I'm semi-retired. So when a lot of people come down the aisle and not doing the social distancing, I just walk away until the aisle's empty.
What would your words of advice be to folks who are listening right now, to someone who, like yourself, is out there on the front lines and comes into contact with folks?
Please, when you come shopping, wear a mask, follow all the rules in the store, and be safe.
All right, so some good advice from that gentleman there. We appreciate him opening up and telling us what his life has been like. And we want to hear about other folks who have to work right now. Of course, our workin-ct segment, we want to highlight those people who are essential workers. Send us your ideas, share61@fox61.com. And in case you weren't considering Walmart employees to be frontline workers, take a listen to this next story. A Walmart in Quincy, Massachusetts is closed right now after a worker died of COVID-19 on Sunday. The city's health commissioner says the closure is voluntary. The person said that Walmart will now test all workers and sanitize that facility. The city of Worcester also closed down a location after more than 80 employees there tested positive. So again, just so important, if you are going out to stores like grocery stores, like Walmart, like Target, places like that to get essential items, heed that man's warning. Wear your mask, keep 6 feet apart, look at the arrows on the ground, know which direction you're going, and ultimately just stay safe.